Hello there, you're now with me, Shelsha Metro, for TVS News at 5. Let's begin with this highlight. Sarawak is known for its multi-racial and multi-religious society living along side by side in peace and harmony. Therefore, Sarawakians are urged to continue and preserve their relation, especially during these trying times, cultivating a good example for neighbouring countries to emulate.
In conjunction with the 85th TYT birthday celebration this year, Deputy Chief Minister Dato' Amar Douglas Ugah Embas expressed his appreciation towards all religious bodies, as they are the bridge in bringing ties, enacting the inclusiveness and stability among the people of Sarawak. Ugah also highlighted that the good relationship and mutual understanding in the fight to control the COVID-19 infection in the country. Meanwhile, another 14 non-Islamic religious organizations today received financial assistance totaling 3.189 million ringgit from the Unit for Other Religions, UNIFOR. Earlier today, Deputy Chief Minister Dato' Amar Douglas Ugah presented the checks to the state assemblymen concerned or their representatives at his office.
In line with the government's aspirations to develop the economy and maintain environmental sustainability, the implementation of the Forest Landscape Restoration Program has become a key element under the Gabungan Party Sarawak, or GPS, in its part of preserving and conserving the environment towards a sustainable state. Now, Assistant Minister of Urban Development and Resources, Datuk Len Talisari, said a total of 10 million ringgit has been spent by the government this year for the sustainable development.
Dalam kita membangunkan negara ataupun negeri kita juga memberi penekanan yang sama pada untuk memastikan projek-projek ataupun aktiviti yang kita jalankan selari dengan alam sekitar setempat. Kalau kita lihat daripada apa yang berlaku seluruh dunia pada hari ini, banyak tempat-tempat yang tidak pernah banjir, banyak tempat yang tiada gempa bumi, dan juga banyak tempat yang tidak yang pernah dengan hujan ataupun kemarau. Dari sebab itulah kita tidak terlambat untuk kita mengambil inisiatif ini.
He added that the Sarawak government emphasis on the Forest Landscape Restoration Program as the main agenda for the purpose of forestation. This was to ensure the program achieves the set targets. The research and development R&D elements will be strengthened.
Dan memastikan liputan hutan kaba kita di negeri Sarawak ini tidak kurang daripada 56%. Walaupun pada hari ini kita mempunyai 63% liputan forest cover, kalau dibanding kepada negeri-negeri yang lain di Malaysia ini, negeri Sarawaklah merupakan negeri yang terbanyak sekali liputan forest cover. Kalau di Semenanjung lebih kurang 45-46%, di Sabah lebih kurang 50%. Tetapi kalau kita lihat dari segi sejarah, memang tidak dapat dinafikan, memang liputan hutan di negeri Sarawak ini memang melebihi 90% kalau kita lihat dari 100 tahun yang dulu.
And now on to the next update. The new wholesale and retail selling price for the COVID-19 antigen rapid test kit or self-test kit will be issued in November. Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Datuk Sri Alexander Nantalingi in a statement said the ministry was making an assessment of the matter and had received feedback from the industry on a price level that should be considered to ensure an adequate and continuous supply of the product. Previously, the government had set the maximum retail price for the COVID-19 antigen rapid test kit at 1990 ringgit per set, while the wholesale price was set at 16 ringgit per set, effective September 5. Meanwhile, Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin said the ceiling price of the COVID-19 antigen rapid test kit would be lowered as an incentive for the public to make their own checks when interstate travel is allowed. Commenting further, Nanta said there are about 6 million COVID-19 antigen rapid test kits already in the market. The ministry was also in discussions with the Health Ministry to enable more premises like supermarkets to sell the test kit. And now on to some vaccination development. According to the data by the Ministry of Health MOH on the COVID Now portal, 89.1% of the adult population have completed their COVID-19 vaccination regime. This equals 20,856,337 individuals. However, this percentage is 0.9% short of the ministry's targeted percentage by early October. MOH has targeted to have 90% of adults being inoculated. However, the percentage of adults who have received their first dose have recorded beyond the 90% mark, standing at 94.6%. A total of 996,647 vaccines were administered yesterday. 108,092 were of the first dose and 88,555 were the second doses. This brings the total inoculated individuals under the National COVID-19 Immunization Program to 45,204,479. Meanwhile, 4.7% of 147,938 adolescents aged 12 to 17 have completed their vaccination regime, while 2,156,346 have received at least one dose of the vaccine. Previously, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said interstate travel would resume when 90% of the adult population in Malaysia have been fully vaccinated.
Hello， 你好，我是 Brian 李斌。一场新冠肺炎疫情打乱了全世界人的脚步，当然，很多人在这个时候失去了他们的工作，还有他们的收入。不过，也有人在这个疫情时代找到了他们人生全新的出路，还有事业上的第二个春天。每个星期六下午6点15分，热报新闻过后，记得锁定 Astro 频道122，还有 My TV， 收看 TVS 的全新中文节目《疫情下的创业故事》，让我们一起在这个后疫情时代积极的向前。
Saksikan secara langsung Majlis Kesyukuran sempena sambutan Hari Lahir Tuan Yang Terutama yang di-Pertua Negeri Sarawak ke-85 pada hari Jumaat 8 Oktober 2021 jam 6.15 petang hanya di TVS saluran 122 Astro dan My TV. Saksikan siaran langsung sambutan perayaan Hari Lahir ke-85 Tuan Yang Terutama yang di-Pertua Negeri Sarawak Sabtu ini 9 Oktober hanya di TVS.
Datuk Tom Abang Saufi merupakan figura fashion terkenal tanah air. Siapa tahu kini telah menjadi kenyataan dan telah menempah nama menjadi seorang figura fashion yang disegani dan telah banyak menyumbang kepada negara dalam memartabatkan industri fashion Malaysia hingga di mata dunia. From Sarawak with love.
Welcome back. And now on to some COVID-19 updates. The number of daily new COVID-19 cases recorded a slight drop with 9,751 cases at noon today from 9,890 cases yesterday. This brings the total number of cases in the country to 2,323,478 cases. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah said Selangor contributed the highest daily cases so far today with 1,000 1,796 cases, followed by Sarawak with 1,339 and Kelantan with 1,052 cases. Despite recording 0 cases yesterday, Labuan today registered 2 new COVID-19 cases, and Sarawak cumulative COVID-19 tally is now at 222,381 cases. The community vaccine was granted conditional approval to be used as a booster shot at least 6 months after the second dose for those aged 18 and above. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah said the matter was decided during the 365th Drug Control Authority DCA meeting today. He added the community vaccine produced by PFIZER manufacturing Belgium NV and BioNTech manufacturing GmbH Germany was earlier approved for conditional registration on June 15 for individuals aged 12 and above. Commenting further, Dr. Noor Hisham said the approval of the conditional registration required information on the quality, safety and effectiveness of the vaccine to be monitored and evaluated based on the latest data from time to time. This aims to ensure that the benefit over risk comparison remained positive. He added the ministry is always committed in improving access to COVID-19 vaccine products in Malaysia by ensuring that they have been evaluated in terms of quality, safety and effectiveness by the National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency and approved by DCA. Recently, Deputy Minister of Communications and Multimedia, Dato' Zahidi Zainul Abidin, mulled over the idea of establishing an organization that oversees the local music industry whilst protecting the welfare of Malaysian singers. Local singers such as Gucci Myth, Nisa Dina and Steph Flor have expressed their support to the motion, albeit with some concerns. For the full report, tune in to tonight's TVS Nightline at 11:30 p.m. And now, as the national men's and women's badminton squads prepare to compete against some of the world's greatest nations in the prestigious Thomas and Uber Cup Finals 2020, which begins tomorrow. In Aarhus, Denmark, it's wise not to get our hopes up, more so since both the Malaysian Thomas Cup and Uber Cup rosters are represented by young players whose goal is to pave the way for a greater challenge in the future rather than to reach the heights today. Although the nation is represented by young underdog shuttlers, morale among the athletes are high. This was after their splendid bronze medal achievement at the recently concluded mixed team Sudirman Cup competition in Vantaa, Finland. However, national shuttlers were reminded to stay focused as the Thomas and Uber Cup are two different ball games. Malaysia was drawn in Group D, while only a win against Canada is enough to confirm their quarter-final spot. It has been almost 3 decades since Malaysia last lifted the Thomas Cup trophy, back in 1992 on home ground. Efficient traffic lights are bad for the environment and they are bad for the public health. That's because idling cars, they mean wasted fuel and more street-level air pollution. Therefore, Google is working on technology to make traffic light signals more efficient as a way to cut fuel emissions and reduce traffic delays. And they're doing it using artificial intelligence. By using AI to optimize signal lights, Google says it cut fuel use and traffic delays by 10% to 20% at 4 locations in Israel. Google's Chief Sustainability Officer, Kate Brunt, says the results so far are promising. The next test location will be Rio de Janeiro. The city's Municipal Traffic Authority expressed high hopes for the AI and told Reuters the system should be introduced within months. The The traffic lights project is among new software initiatives inside Google to combat climate change. Some employees as well as advocacy groups have called on the company, the world's third most valuable, to more urgently use its influence to combat the crisis. Google has not addressed critics' calls to stop selling technology to oil companies or funding lawmakers who deny global warming, but it has prioritized sustainability features. And that feature concludes TVS News at 5. For more updates, don't forget to tune in to 11:30 tonight. Here with me, Shosha Metro, and I'll see you tonight. Have a good evening.